How are you doing? I hope well. TG here for what will be, I guess, the final wrap-up video of this demo grow using this lovely SpiderFarmer SE5000 LED grow light, as we see here behind that sweet fan. Yeah, the grow is done. Everything's jarred. I've been toking and bowling up and rolling up a lot of the herb that was produced under this light. It's excellent herb. Um, and yeah, I just want to do this video as like a kind of a wrap up deal. Give you my pros, my cons, my overall opinion on this light. And spoiler alert, I like it. I like it a lot. So I have a piece of paper here because I wrote down a bunch of stuff because I always forget like 90% of the shit I want to say. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna turn the camera around here and show you some features that I like, some things that I don't. Actually, there's like nothing that I don't really, but yeah. So well, let's talk about the light a little bit here, and we'll see how we did. Yeah, so first off, I just want to give a huge shout out and thanks to Gabby and the whole SpiderFarmer crew for giving me the opportunity to demo this light. It's a really nice light, and I had a great grow. I really did put it to the test, and yeah, basically I have like no issues with it. Things I liked, I have my piece of paper here, right? My script, if you will. Keep me on track. But yeah, so things I liked. I like the coverage. As you can see, as I've harped about before, there's about, I don't know, 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches of space between the bar and the wall here on all the sides. And using my PAR app just as a relative measurement thing on my phone here, it didn't really dissipate too much from, there is obviously more light in the center versus the outsides, but the bars do a really good job in the spread of the diodes, keeping the light even all across the whole 4x4 footprint, which is really good. Compared to my old four panel quantum board, which you can see compared in this picture, it's quite a bit better coverage. That one, it really dissipated along the outsides of the light quite quickly. So coverage, excellent. What else do we got here? I did produce some of the most, well, I always say, it was a really good grow, so really resinous bud. That's maybe more chalked up to genetics, I don't know, because I've never grown these genetics, so it's hard to compare that grow to grow, but extremely nice flower that I ended up with. And yield wise, I got about 1.5 grams per watt, which is really great. I got out of this whole tent, there was 8 plants, and I got about 800 grams if you account for the loss of the bud rod. Somewhere in there, 8 to 850. So that's pretty damn good, I think. Anything above 1.3, 1.4 is pretty good in my books. And yeah, so another thing I should say, water resistance. These are rated, I think it says on there, yeah, IP67. That's a water resistance rating. I'm not sure exactly what the details of it are, but I'm sure you could Google that. But as you guys know, I did leave this thing off, as it's off right now, but there's no plants in here. So my exhaust fan was left off 3 times during this grow, and the walls were literally fucking dripping with water. Everywhere was just dripping. Like I'll go down here. See, rusty ass poles and shit. It was horrible. The light though, it stood the test. If you call that a test, a fuck up test, but it's still working beautifully. There's no fuck up diodes. I didn't burn my house down or anything like that. So that's great. Really appreciate that. What else do I like? Ease of setup. You saw the very first video of this series was the unboxing and the setup. Very easy to set up, which is always nice. You just basically plug and play. And yeah, super easy, so that's great. All these extra features are pretty standard on most lights these days. Can get in here. There we go. Yeah, daisy chaining, we got dimming, we got yeah, daisy chaining and dimming, basically. Removable driver too, very handy. Um, in terms of heat dissipation and heat, heat sinks, these bars work really well. The lights, even at 100%, don't get super hot like other bars do, or a quantum board with just a solid piece of metal, as a board, as in a quantum board. So I really like that. Even with the driver on there, it stays quite nicely cool, and yeah, you don't run into a ton of heat issues running this light in your tent if that's an issue for you, which is great. Um, and yeah, what else here? Oh yeah, last but not least, price. It's pretty reasonably priced. It's still like, it's not a cheap light in the sense of like it's not $200. So you'll never find a good light for this size for that money. But this thing I think runs around 800 bucks Canadian. Not sure what the conversions are for those other currencies, but compared to other similar coverage lights, it's well priced. It's maybe on the lower end of the price scale, but I would say competes with anything. I don't know. I've never grown with the other lights, so I can't say that for sure, obviously. But yeah, I did really well with it, and I'm super happy. So I think it's great value for for the price. And yeah, I mean, customer service has been great. Gabby's been great to deal with. Any issues or questions I've had, she's been quick to get back to me. Things I don't like is the next section. It's very short, very short. There's two things, I guess, very minor. There was some discoloration. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it now, but on the waterproofing coating, and this was an issue with, I think, their boards, maybe the SF2000s or something. It's just like a slight yellowing of the coating, the waterproof coating. Has no bearing on anything quality, or like it doesn't do anything in terms of the integrity of the light or anything. I think it's just because I had so much water in here maybe, and it discolored something reacted, but it's totally fine. I can't even find it now. I don't even know where it is, but I have the same issue with my little tiny SpiderFarmer SF1000, and I've been running that no problem. It works great. So it's like a cosmetic thing, if anything. It's not functional. And the draw, I guess, I don't have it hooked up now, but with my kilowatt meter, on the paper here, it says, or on the, 480 watts. It actually has a draw of 530 watts, at least in my plug-in thing there. So unless my electricity's fucked, the draw is a bit higher, 50 watts higher than is stated on the instruction manual and the light, but not a big deal at all. Very minor. But other than that, there's nothing. I wouldn't even really call those issues, really, like in terms of the actual growing, using the light to grow. So yeah, I would say I'm like 99% satisfied, because you can never be 100%, right? So overall, what do we got here? It's a great light, TG approved for sure. If you were to get this, you will be happy, in my opinion. You will not be disappointed. It's got better coverage, like I said, than my old 4-panel standard quantum board, the 480 watt quantum board that you saw earlier in that picture. It's got very good grams per watt, which is obviously dependent on grower skills and strains and things like this, but overall I am very satisfied with what I ended up with, and I've grown a lot under a lot of different shit, so that's saying something. Customer relations have been great. I really like dealing with Gabby, and everyone else at SpiderFarmer has been very helpful and nice. But I really haven't needed any assistance, because the light hasn't required any queries, really. It's worked as it should, so that's what you want. So yeah, overall, I would say if you need a light, get this one. And if you do want to get this one, make sure you check the links in the description below. I have Amazon links there, and if you use my code TempleGrower in Amazon or on the SpiderFarmer website, you get 3% off on Amazon, or 8% off on the SpiderFarmer website. So don't forget to use the code Temple Grower if you want to pick one of these guys up. I did use my own code, not on a light, but I use it on a fan and stuff. So the code does work. I can confirm that. Check the website, my website, templegrowing.com. There'll be maybe a more in-depth kind of blog post review style about this light with some stats and blah blah blah. So have a look at that. Make sure you follow the socials like Instagram, Twitter. Obviously here on YouTube I'll be doing more demos and light videos and opinion stuff. And yeah, I guess that's all pretty much it. So, as I was saying, thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for more great demos by Temple Grower, myself, and hopefully I'll get to do some more SpiderFarmer demos. I really like their gear, and like I said, check the links and use my code for discounts if you want to check them out as well. I recommend them. And yeah, thanks for watching again, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you around the garden. So take it easy.